Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Banter in the Box. How clean is your house? It's the Game Week 24 review. Four managers went into the transfer market in Game Week 24. Three of them playing Oiti's Mind tactical gambits, which allowed them to purchase a player that already belonged to another Premier League side. In this edition of Banter in the Box, we've got your Game Week 24 winners and losers, our normal player review, Sarah Goodwin's favourite segment, Deja Vu, Danger Mouse, and a manager of the season update. It was worth 12 manager of the season points plus a bonus point if you could tell me the body part. 13 manager of the season points on offer. If you could tell me, who the fuck is that? Without further ado, your Game Week 24 winners, and take a bow. Greece Lightning manager Alexi Lagos, the defending champion, climbed 2 places this week to the top of the Family Fantasy Football League for the first time this season, as Alexi bids to retain the Family Fantasy Football League title. But the biggest Game Week 24 winner for the third week running, it's a bit of a shock. I've Got a Life manager, Mops Hoxby, recorded a first weekly win of the season with 75 points, which is a personal highest weekly total. The biggest climbers in Game Week 24, up 3 places to 14th, and you have to go back to the end of the 2023-24 season for the last time Mops was as high as 14th in the table. One manager of the season point to them two. Your Game Week 24 losers, hang your head in shame. The Willow Tree winners manager, Joe Hoxby, for the second week running, she's a Game Week loser, fell 1 place to the bottom of the Family Fantasy Football League, hasn't been bottom of the table since Game Week 13. Hang your head in shame, Anders FC manager Stephen Lee. He fell 1 place to 15th. You have to go back to Game Week 11 for the last time Stephen was as low as 15th in the table. Hang your head in shame, the Big Boster Cogless manager Niall Ponsford fell 2 places down to 3rd. Biggest fallers in Game Week 24. Hasn't been as low as 3rd in the table since Game Week 17. But your biggest Game Week loser, hang your head in shame, Benny United manager Mark Benwell stayed 9th despite only scoring 3 points in Game Week 24, the lowest scorers of the week. One manager of the season point lost for those 4. Now your new player review, Sarah Goodwin's favourite segment this, your top goalkeepers. Here they are. Good weeks for Sanchez, keeping the pressure on Raya to be the highest scoring goalkeeper. Another good week for Ross of Sunderland. Still no one has picked him up. And a good week for Alisson of Liverpool. Only one manager's got him. Martinez of Villa is in the top 10 goalkeepers, and he's still available without needing to purchase an Oiti's Mind tactical gambit. Your top defenders. Good week for Mark Gay. Just myself and I've Got a Life have got him. A good week for 4 of Newcastle. Only Gobi Desert Canoe Club has got him. And a good week for Saliba, who moves into the top 10. Only one manager's got him. Nunez of Man City didn't have a good week with the FA Cup, but he is still available for transfer and is a top defender. Your top midfielders. What a fantastic week for Pedro Neto. Hat-trick for Chelsea in the FA Cup, and he goes up to 2nd in the table. 3 managers have got him. Morgan Gibbs-White of Forest moves into the top 10 defenders. Only one manager has got him, and it was a good week for Szoboszlai of Liverpool as well. Only one manager has got him. Zubimendi of Arsenal comes at a premium £19 million, but is still available for selection. And your top strikers, well, the top 5 weren't in action, all rested for the FA Cup. It was a good week for Walter Marder of Newcastle, who is still available for transfer, albeit at a premium £26 million. Igor Jesus of Forest, only one manager's got him. He had a good week as well. £10 million is a bit of a bargain. Gyökeres also still available for selection, as is Mateta of Palace. Now, deja vu. Here are the top 2 ranked managers in the Family Fantasy Football League. The Creed Bratton Societies, the Mad Hatter on the left, Greece Lightning's Alexi Lagos on the right. Last season, they set a new record. It was the first time that the top 2 managers in the league, the first and second places at the end of the season, finished first and second in consecutive seasons. That had never happened before. In 2024, the Mad Hatter won the league. Alexi Lagos finished second. And last season, the Creed Bratton Society finished second, and Greece Lightning won the league in the closest ever Family Fantasy Football League title race in history. They finished on the same number of points and the same number of weekly wins. Greece Lightning took the title by virtue of goals scored. But it was the first time that the top 2 in the league remained unchanged. That had never happened before. And that's why Greece Lightning is ranked the number 1 rated manager in the Family Fantasy Football League, and the Mad Hatter is ranked the 2nd best manager in the Family Fantasy Football League. And well, look at the league table at the end of game week 24. Greece Lightning has gone top. The Creed Bratton Society is second. Are these 2 going to finish in the top 2 places for a 3rd consecutive season? There's only 6 points separating them at the moment. And to be honest, 3rd and 4th are right on their heels as well. But it could be that these 2 are going to finish in the top 2 places again. And that's why I'm getting deja vu. I hope, I doubt it will be, but I hope it's as close as last season's title race was. We will see. How clean is your house? There was a television program that asked that question. I can't remember the 2 ladies that fronted it, but they were cleaning experts or something. But anyway, here is I've Got a Life manager Mops Hawksby, who's had a great week, just got her first weekly win, climbed to 14th in the table for the first time in 18 months that she's been that high. But this week, Mops Hawksby found something in her bed. Well, actually, it was Pops Hawksby that found it in the bed. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to ponder. What do you think? What unusual item do you think Pops found in the bed of Mops and Pops Hawksby? I'm going to give you a few minutes to think about it. See if you can guess it. What have you got a guess? Have you got a guess in your mind? Do you think you know what it is? Unusual item found in their bed. Well, I'll tell you. There it is. That's the actual picture. A dead mouse found in their bed this week. Now, tests are ongoing to find out the cause of death of said mouse. So, your opportunity to earn Manager of the Season points. Go onto the Family Fantasy Football League Facebook page and start a post. I've got a life's dead mouse, died from, and then let me know what you think the cause of death was. And if you get it right, I'll give you 10 Manager of the Season points. You've got to post it on the Family Fantasy Football League Facebook wall, and it's got to start with I've got a life's dead mouse, died from, and then insert your answer. And when I get the results of what the cause of death was, if you've got it right, you'll get 10 Manager of the Season points. Good luck, everyone. Who the fuck is that? It's a picture of a current Family Fantasy Football League manager, and it was worth 12 Manager of the Season points. if you could name the manager. And if you name the manager, you would get a bonus point if you could tell me the body part. 3 managers had a guess this week. I've got a life manager, Mops Hoxby, thought that that is a picture of Benny United manager Mark Benwell's leg. Rayleigh Rovers manager Simon Hoxby thinks that that is a picture of No Happy Endings manager Di Maloney's arm. And the Musketeers manager Sarah Goodwin thinks that that is a picture of No Happy Ending manager Di Maloney's shoulder. I can reveal one of those answers is correct because it was a picture of No Happy Endings manager Di Maloney, and it wasn't her arm, Simon, but it was her shoulder. So Sarah and Simon both get 12 manager of the season points, and Sarah gets a bonus point for getting the body part. Which means the manager of the season table looks like this. Top half anyway. Mops Hoxby and Alexi Lagos climb to joint 7th for being game week 24 winners. Niall Ponsford loses a point but stays 6th for being a game week 24 loser. Mark Benwell drops from top to 3rd for being a game week 24 loser. Simon Hoxby climbs to 2nd for getting those 12 manager of the season points, and Sarah Goodwin is now out in front clear. And that takes me back to deja vu because Sarah has been the manager of the season for the last 2 seasons. Will she become the first ever manager to retain the manager of the season trophy for a 3rd consecutive season? She has a 9-point lead. And you've got a chance to close the gap by telling me on the Family Fantasy Football League Facebook group what the mouse died of. And your other chance to earn a manager of the season point and close the gap is to tell me who the fuck is that? It is a picture of a current Family Fantasy Football League manager. And if you can tell me who it is, you will earn 1 manager of the season point. That is your manager of the season. That is your banter in the box for this week. Join me next week for the game week 25 review. And until then, everyone, take care. Bye bye.